Before I talk about the door, here's one thing I want to say. One of the best things about growing up in Texas is in Texas we know how to eat, right? Am I right? Like here in Texas, we know how to eat. And let me say this, I've been to all different parts of the country, Northwest, Great Lakes, I've been to the Midwest, I've been to the West Coast, I've been to the Southeast, Northeast. They all have terrific food, right? But in the South, in Texas, I think we know how to eat. Now let me tell you what I mean when I'm talking about we know how to eat. I'm talking about slow smoked brisket. Slow smoked brisket, and I'm talking about oak smoke. Get that hickory out of my face, get that pecan out of my face, get that other stuff out of my face. I'm talking about slow oak smoked brisket, and please leave the fat on that. Leave the fat on that. I don't want that fat trimmed, I want it on it. I like my brisket tender. That's how I like my brisket. I love slow smoked brisket. I'm talking about slow smoked ribs. Lance, you know what I'm talking about with the slow smoked ribs. Now, who can name where that picture's taken from? Bam, right there. Lance wins a prize of some sort. I don't know what. I didn't plan that, but I'm talking about slow smoked ribs, just cooked to perfection, fall off the bone. You know what I'm talking about. But you know one thing that will just absolutely ruin any good meal? Bad company, right? Bad company always ruins a good meal. And right now there's a little bit of tension and a little bit of awkwardness in the room today because you're going to go and you're going to eat with your family, and maybe there's that awkward relative that you have or that person that just always brings all kinds of tension into the family. And if you're thinking, man, my family doesn't have anybody like that, there's no crazy uncle or no crazy person in my family, well, guess what? It's you, okay? Merry Christmas. But there is nothing that beats really, really good food with really, really good friends and really, really good family. Those kinds of meals where you sit around the table and just for hours upon hours you sit and you laugh and you eat great food and you enjoy your time together and you tell stories of the past and you look around and it's just beautiful, isn't it? Well, this is a lot, I think, of what God wants for us in a relationship with Him. It's like sitting around a table. Revelation chapter 3, verse 20, Jesus said this. He said, "Here I am. I stand at the door and I knock." Now, sometimes I hear people say, "I'm looking for God." You don't look for God, all right? He's not lost. Okay, I've never heard anybody say before, "I was looking for God. I was at Home Depot looking for nails and boom, I found God." Never happened, right? In fact, Jesus says right here, "Here I am." You're not looking for me. I'm looking for you. I'm standing at the door and I'm knocking. I'm knocking. It goes on and it says, "If anyone from saints to shepherds hears my voice and opens the door, guess what? I will come in." That's how easy it is to have a relationship with God. He's knocking on the door of your heart. It's as easy as opening the door and letting Him in. It's not about climbing a fence. It's not about climbing the ladder. It's about opening the door and letting Him in. And here's what He says. He says, "I will come in. I will come into your heart." Now notice what He doesn't say. He doesn't say, "I'm coming in and I'm kicking butt and I'm taking names. I'm coming, we're changing the paint wall colors. I mean, I am ticked off about the condition of your heart. I'm coming in and we're changing things." He doesn't say that. What does He say instead? He says, "I'm going to sit down with you and I'll eat with you and you with me." Here's what I want to tell you guys. In the years that I've been a follower of Jesus, this is where I found that the biggest change takes place. It's sitting at the table with Jesus and allowing Him to gently, gracefully change me and transform me. And I can tell you after my time of following Jesus that a $200 a day meth addiction gone from sitting at the table with Jesus. I can tell you a pack a day smoking cigarettes gone from sitting at the table and walking with Jesus. I can tell you today that a laundry list of daddy issues and anger issues and resentment and just hatred towards people in my life, I can tell you that from opening the door and sitting at the table with Jesus, gone, just like that. Now, is there still work to do? Yes. I'm a work in progress. Like I said, I sin every day. Hang out around here a while, you're going to learn that, all right? But the truth is that ever since I opened the door and I allowed Jesus into my heart, He sat down with me, He's strengthened me, He's encouraged me, He's challenged me, He's pushed me so far out of my comfort zone, it's not even funny, but here's what I'll tell you, He's never left me and He's never forsaken me. He's always been there with me, and He's always provided the best food and the best drink, because He's the bread of life and He's living water. And friends, that's what He wants to do in your life today. That's what Christmas is all about. It's about opening the door and beginning that life-giving relationship with Jesus.